English lesson for the sixth form. The theme is types of holiday and the teacher Белекова Гулшайыр Баратбаевна. Innovative School Gymnasium number 4 named after Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin, town Malusu. And our objective is to improve people's reading, speaking, listening skills and to develop their English. Hello everyone, how are you? Let's get started our lesson. Our lesson's topic is traveling experience and the grammar theme is present perfect. We'll learn when and how to use present perfect. Look at Tom's problems. Tom has problems with present perfect and irregular verbs. A common problem students have in understanding when and how should we use it present perfect. Let's take a look at the present perfect. Present perfect has three functions. We use it to talk about past events. The first function is past events, the second recent past events, and the third is unfinished states. The first function is talking about past events. To understand past events, let's use a timeline. On the left is past, in the middle is present, and on the right, future. Perfect tense indicates something happened in the past, but we don't know when it happened. We just know that it happened sometime in the past until now. For example, I live in Europe and I have been to Australia. It means that I went to Australia, but then I left the Australia. And of course, we don't know when I was there. In present perfect, we don't mention the real time. The fact is that I was there. So now, look at the question and the negative form of the present perfect. We use auxiliary verb have. Have you ever been to America? And the negative form, no, I have never been to Australia. And now let's talk about the second function, recent past events. Children ask, Mom, have you finished cooking the dinner? Yes, boys, I made your favorites. Stir-fried frog legs. Her answer means that she just has cooked the dinner. We don't know when she began to cook, but the result is dinner is ready. The third function, unfinished state. So, look at the couple. As you notice it, they have known each other for 2 weeks, and they really know each other. Just remember, we use for in this case in order to tell how long we know each other. Look at the unfinished states timeline. Past, present, and the future. So they met in the past and still they know each other, so the action is continued until now, and it lasts for 2 weeks. I hope that you understand when to use the present perfect. And now I will explain you how to use the present perfect. Listen attentively. Present perfect forms with the help of auxiliary verb have and has, and the third form of irregular verbs, or you add ed to the regular verbs. The negative form is formed with the help of not, haven't not, has not, haven't, hasn't. Interrogative form of the sentence is used with the help of auxiliary verbs. Present perfect is formed with the help of adverbs such as already, just, ever, never, recent, since, today, so far, yet, for. Yet, not yet. Have you done your homework yet? I haven't done my homework yet. We use it in interrogative and in negative sentence. Just. I have just finished my work. Still. I haven't still been to England. Never is used only in the negative sentence. I have never been to England. Never. Recently. I have recently finished reading this book. Today I have watched the film. Ever used with the interrogative sentence. Have you ever been to England? This week I have visited my relatives. This week I have visited my relatives. Look at the way of forming negative and positive and question forms of the sentence. I have just done homework. Adverb is here between the auxiliary and the past participle. I haven't done homework yet. Adverb yet we use at the end of the sentence. Have you already done homework? We form question form with the help of auxiliary verb have and has. Next sentence. She has been to China. It's a positive sentence. She has never been to China. It's a negative. She hasn't been to China yet. It's a negative too. She hasn't never been to China. Here is two negative words, hasn't and never. It is not right. Never do that. You should have only hasn't or never. Has she ever been to China? Ever use it in the question form. Words to remember. Be was been, go and gone, irregular verbs. How do you use them? Look at. Been used when you go and come back. Gone you used when you went. Choose a correct variant, been or gone. Look at exercise 7 on page 261. The first sentence. What should you use? Been or gone? I have to Paris. Yes, you're right. The right answer is been. Next sentence. They aren't here. I think they have. Yes, you're right. They have gone. Third sentence. I was never. Been. The third form of verb. Next sentence. They have another country to another country. Right answer. Gone. Yes, you're right. Good job, children. Children, you have practiced the verb been and gone, the third form of irregular verb. I hope that you understand when to use them. Listening. Exercise 2 on page 259. Listen to Nicholas and Kelly and tell us what type of holidays they have been on or they haven't been on. My family doesn't like big cities. They're too noisy. There are too many cars and people there. We love going to wild places. I have been to South Africa for a safari holiday. That was really exciting. We also like beaches if they are not very crowded. So, I have been to Seychelles. That was great. But I have never been to Isukur. That's our next trip. And now, listen about the Kelly. I live with my mom and we both love traveling and shopping. We have been to Hong Kong where we spent entire our holidays shopping. There are fantastic shops there. I know that in Istanbul there is a Grand Bazaar. People say it's the best place to shop, but we haven't been to Turkey yet. We also like historical places. I have been to the Great Wall of China, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and Buranat Tower in Tokmak. Nicholas has been to Africa for safari holiday. He has been to Seychelles. He hasn't been to Sukul. Kelly has been to Hong Kong for shopping holiday. She hasn't been to Turkey. She has been to the Great Wall of China. She has been to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. She has been to the Buranat Tower in Tokmak. In prehistoric times, people also traveled. But they have no cars, any planes or trains. They traveled on foot. Then they had a horse and the boats to reach from one place to another. At the end of 18th century, people invented vehicles so they can reach from one place to another by the help of cars, by trains, by planes. People even can travel to space, of course, on a spaceship. Children, do you know that we use preposition by with the vehicles? For example, you use on foot, on horse. Foot and horse not transport. We use by with the transports. For example, by boat, by car, by train, by plane, by bicycle. And the word travel has one L in British English and a double L in American English. Please remember. Travel has different types of, for example, trip, journey, and voyage. What is the difference between them? Travel means to change the location, and we use it as a verb. We rarely use it as a noun. And what about trip? Trip is a short travel, especially we use as a business trip. Journey. Journey use it as a noun. It means that you travel from one place to another. It's a long travel. Voyage you should use as a noun. Rarely use it as a verb. It means that you travel by ship or travel by plane. And now test yourself. Long trip for pleasure and a visit to different place. The right answer is journey. Next sentence. Travel made by sea or ocean. Sure. The right answer is voyage. Voyage is sea or ocean travel. Includes England, France, and Germany. Right answer is journey. You can do it by train, by ship, or by car. Finally, you can go on a foot. Do you remember that I said the travel we use it as a verb? You can travel by train, by ship, or by car. Finally, you can go on foot. The fifth sentence. Yesterday I came back from one-day business. We are already on a plane. We have traveled by car. I sit in a car. We have a voyage by ship. Great. Good job. Now, children, look at these basic words. To describe our traveling, we can use them. For example, where we can travel? To Australia, to Britain, to Egypt. How can we travel? We can travel by plane, by train, by bus. What things do we need? Passport, money, clothes, ticket. And what activities we can do? We can play, go sightseeing, sing, ride a bike, and etc. For example, do as me. I have been to America. We reached there by plane. To have a journey, we need money, passport, and a camera. We went sightseeing and visited museums and have a lot of fun. Your homework will be to describe your traveling by using the basic words as me. Let's make a conclusion. What have we done? We have learned vocabulary. We have made up sentences. We have described pictures. We have learned grammar, and we have worked on text, audio, and etc. And I hope that the lesson was useful for you.
Let's take a trip, let's travel. Let's take a trip, let's go. Let's take a trip, let's travel. I have my suitcase, I'm ready to go. Traveling together by train is fun, fun, fun. Traveling together by boat I'm ready to go. Traveling together by car is fast, fast, fast. Traveling together by plane, we're ready to fly. Let's take a trip, let's travel. Let's take a trip, let's go. Let's take a trip, let's travel. I have my suitcase, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Children, our lesson is over. Good luck and goodbye.